did Day Morgan do?
From what our colleague Jordan Irvine had, I mean, I think he did pretty well. They found a player, Christian Coleman. That's not someone from Lubbock High that's been on our radar. I don't know if he is just a recent call-up, but that's not a name that we've heard the Westerners mention, at least to me. But Baylor Mitchell had a strong game as well. I think for Lubbock High, all you can ask for moving forward, yes, you have not gotten the win yet. Your focus, your singular focus has to be playing Lakeview in district. That's a pretty poor team that just got absolutely mopped by Coronado last week. So that's the only game you need to win in 4-5A play to qualify for the playoffs. It would be the first time since 2012. And right now, I mean, it would be hard to pick against Lubbock High in that game, considering the fact that they're scoring enough points to sort of at least make these games partially competitive.
What about the wide receivers out of Lubbock? Bayouth and Greathouse, they get worked quite a bit.
Bayouth a little bit in what Jordan has here, but once again, this Christian Morgan is someone that sort of emerged on the scene. What's interesting about those wideouts from Lubbock High is, to me, I don't know what they are. They haven't established themselves as one thing or another. Like, is Devontae Greathouse a Division I inside linebacker, or is he a very good high school wide receiver? Like, it's unclear to me. I don't think he's emerged as that. With Bayouth, I mean, you're talking about another big body, but is he a legitimate pass-catching tight end, or is he a very good defensive lineman? That's the part with Lubbock High, with using some of these players both ways at the 5A level. To me, it doesn't allow them to emerge. Like with Day Morgan returning kicks, I mean, playing running back, playing wide receiver. I mean, it's great, but you run the risk of doing things like aggravating his foot injury like he's been dealing with this year.
Yeah, I think Strunk said he's about 80% maybe.
Okay.
Maybe 80. It might have been 90%, but he said we'll see a different Day as soon as he gets 100%. No questions yet. Is there any more scores?
All we have is the scores around the state, and it's a bit too wide for the area. I can pick out some pertinent ones though. You have Abilene 44, Hearst Bell 14, Allen 55, Plano 0. That's just sort of pertinent on the state level. Nick, how's Colleen Ellison?
Still terrible.
Well, it won tonight.
Hit it.
Yeah.
Shoemaker is the one to emerge.
What's that?
Colleen Shoemaker is the one to emerge lately.
Okay.
From that area.
Okay.
Division I player out there, a couple.
Permian beat El Paso Coronado 63-15, so that means we might see Permian remain towards the top of the Lonestar Varsity poll this week.
You were at the Shallow Water game, correct?
Yes.
And speaking with Danny Servants, he said, kind of the key to playing competitively with Shallow Water is to stop Cooper Ogle.
Yeah.
Do you personally think they were able to do that?
I mean, stopping him entirely, no, but I think part of what I got at in my story is that I thought the defense played very well. Giving the Shallow Water offense is going to move the ball in some capacity. Ogle finished with 97 yards and a touchdown. That's on an average, for your average running back, it's a very good showing in a game. He did it in a half, but it only resulted in a touchdown. So it's not as if he went completely off. I think he played well, but this wasn't a situation where he went off. So no, they didn't quite stop him. He got his yardage a little bit. He did get the one score, but I think because of all the turnovers back and forth, it sort of diminished any offensive fluidity from either of these teams. But unless we have any last-minute questions, with that, we're going to wrap up. And we really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the Lonestar Varsity High School Football Periscope show with us, wrapping up all the Friday scores. Thanks again. And, of course, you can find everything you're looking for high school football related on the South Plains and Panhandle on LoneStarVarsity.com. Thanks again.